man. I want to ask you a personal question. This can be in your personal life, in your business life, family, whatever it is. You've done a tremendous amount of things. You have gotten your version of the American dream, but I would assume that it probably wasn't easy getting to your point where you are right now. So what would you say in your life was your darkest moment?
Wow. I mean, there is one that really stands out, but it was very early on before career started. But I unfortunately lost my dad at 16 at a tragic accident that happened at the time. Uh, who was really young? He was 46 at the time. Uh, so I would say that was the darkest point. It was a turning point for me. I kind of at 16 became in charge of a lot of things in my household. We were not, my dad left us a pension to my mother. We didn't have a financial change in our lives, but decisions with you know moving or buying a new car or really how to invest the funds, right? My parents were both savers their entire life, so we always had savings, and they were saving for help us with college and things like that. So I became the point of contact at the local bank
Wow.
at 16, right? Managing, at the time, my mom received some life insurance from his job and like just managing that. So big responsibilities that fell upon me for that time frame. And then 2 years later, I moved to the US and on my own.
Yeah.
So and then started my life. So I would say that was the darkest point. I still do not understand why it happened, right? Don't go into the spiritual realm to think about that. But how can you take something that bad and use not as a positive, but as a tool, for the rest of your life? So
Hmm.
what I've done, I feel like that was the toughest thing that ever happened to me. Anything else that came across my life that I feel like, man, this is really hard to deal with. This is a struggle. I would go back and think about that and say, you know what? That was the worst that happened. And I became a happy, fulfilling, just, citizen and adult again. So even at any sad moment that came, when I put in perspective to that, it's like, a piece of cake. Okay,
Yeah.
let's figure that
Wow.
out.
Wow.
So I've used that experience multiple times in my life when anything else showed up, just say, you know what, this is actually not that bad. Be able to, and you've immigrated also, so but just the up and downs of a teenager being an immigrant on a foreign
Yeah.
country, trying to figure out, and I've had all kinds of jobs you can imagine. And up and down of not having family close by. That was before FaceTime and WhatsApp, which
Yeah.
now I know call my mom at any time, talk to her. We're close even though we're far apart.
Yeah.
Back then it was $20 for a calling card when I was
Yeah. Oh
making
my God, I remember that.
$8 an hour,
Yeah, yeah.
so I had to work like 3 hours to buy the calling card. And if someone didn't answer, if I got, the answering machine, well, that was a $4 connection fee.
That's right. Oh my God, I remember that.
I feel like I'm really talking about this that's really old, but it's not that old. It's only
It's crazy,
it's
man.
only
Yeah.
like I don't know, 18
Yeah.
years ago, 20 years ago.